Hello, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be reviewing Season 1, Episode 3, Homer's Odyssey.
Now this one, although it was the third one in the series, it was actually the first episode that they wrote. Now, debuting characters in this one, you have Otto or Otto Man, who is portrayed like he's portrayed in the majority of episodes in this series as the adult that Bart looks up to the most. Bart asks him about any new tattoos he's got. He shows him one that he got done recently.
But then he can't have it till he's 14, apparently.
Yep. But yeah, just as I say, just the same way. I don't think much has changed with Otto over that one. Chief Wiggum also appears in this one. It's just a brief.
Yeah, it is. It's brief about the
graffiti artist and the first mention
Alberto.
And when he passed the mugshots around, although it's not been mentioned or hinted at yet that it could be Bart.
It's an older version of Bart.
It looks very suspiciously
like
Bart.
And another one, Wendell, but it's only a bit part character, but it's his first appearance in the episode.
And he's portrayed as having motion sickness in this one, although I don't think he has in previous episodes. Jasper was also in this episode.
Not talking character, just in the background.
At the town meeting.
Smithers?
Waylon Smithers in this one. Different colour in this one. The only episode that he's not yellow in. Basically, the reasoning for that was that when they animated him, they accidentally put him as the wrong colour. And they didn't have enough money to change him.
So he went back to originally what they were going to do.
Yeah, it was only the one episode. By the time you see him again, he's the traditional yellow that we know him for today.
In this episode, it's not portrayed as Smithers having infatuated with Mr. Burns and that he's actually gay. He's just Mr. Burns' personal assistant.
Yeah, there's also one other character who makes a blink and you'll miss it, pardon the pun. Blinky the three-eyed fish, just seen swimming around at the nuclear plant. So from the off, they're portraying it as like what a lot of people saw as nuclear plants back in the day, that it's could cause environmental problems and stuff like that.
And beginning of the episode, it starts off with Mrs. Krabappel saying we don't want another incident like when he visited the prison.
To which Bart replies, Mrs. Krabappel, I didn't open that door.
So it's portrayed as Bart being a troublemaker when you go on field trips.
Yeah, but once we're on the bus, Bart is
made to sit next to Wendell first.
Yeah, made to sit next to Wendell, although he don't want to because of the sickness. But then he starts being the class clown, basically. Miss Krabappel starts talking about not putting any body parts out the window or you'll have it ripped off like a previous student, to which Bart gets up with his arm tucked in his shirt and's like, yep, I was that student.
And then she goes, one more mention that, you Bart Simpson, or have you sing in front of the whole class?
He asks if he can pick the song and Miss Krabappel's like, nope, I'll pick it for you, to which point Sherry and Terry...
Mrs. Goody Two Shoes, both of them.
Yeah, but determined to make Bart sing.
So they kiss him side by side of the cheeks.
Yeah, he screams because basically Bart doesn't like kissing girls.
No, he doesn't.
So Mrs. Krabappel then calls him out on it, asks why he can't be a more model student.
Like Sherry and Terry.
Which they stand and go, oh, why? Because it's like the old butter wouldn't melt in your mouth syndrome, even though they're the ones who caused all this. Once you get to the plant, Wendell has somehow miraculously not thrown up.
And Bart goes, oh, you made it, Wendell, buddy.
Slapped him on the back, and then he throws up.
You watch a short video about nuclear energy.
Yep, even though it's clearly a propaganda one. Make kids believe that nuclear power isn't as big a threat as the world has made it out to be, even though it's clearly a film that's just been made to portray it as being good.
So then Mr. Smithers walks him around the plant where, like you say, see the fish.
And then
Bart sees Homer Well,
just before that, Homer's with some of his work colleagues in a motorised sort of mini cart sort of thing.
Eating a donut.
To which one of his colleagues replies, if they wanted the kids to see you being lazy, they'd invite them on a tour of your house. So Homer's like, oh, yep. He goes off, drives along, goes around the corner.
Bart sees him. Bart shouts him.
And then he drives into a pipe, which causes
Homer to get fired, basically.
Yeah. So
which really, it wasn't Homer's fault. It was basically Bart's.
Bart gets in the sack inadvertently.
Because if Bart didn't shout Homer wouldn't have moved his head and grass, so...
Yeah. But also with that one, you then see Sherry and Terry's father, who mysteriously is a different colour to them.
Yeah.
You could sort of put that away as like being, well, they do have a yellow-skinned mum that we see later on in the series, but at the same point, the twins, so maybe one would be yellow, one would be another colour. But again, that's just a small detail. Yeah. Then we just go on to next morning, Homer flipping through the wanted ads, trying to find
a job.
After a little bit of encouragement from Marge and...
Yeah, and talk about this is the episode as well where Bart, well, all the family are encouraging Homer, even Bart idolises Homer in this episode because there's a segment where Bart goes, "You're my hero."
Under his breath.
And then Homer goes, "What to say, boy?"
Then Bart tries to dismiss he said anything, but then Homer's like, okay, I'll just think you said what I think you basically said, basically. So he definitely heard what he said. But yeah, Homer goes off, starts knocking on door after door after door.
And slammed in his face.
To which he then ends up in the evening at Moe's.
What a good friend Moe is.
Yeah, although he's not portrayed as being as terrible. Yeah, he's on. I mean, he's
not very supportive though, is he?
Exactly. At the same point, when Homer runs out of money, he basically, although it sounds nasty, it's truthful. It's like, no, I'm not gonna give you one on the house, basically. And then when Homer asks, it's like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you're gonna get another job and be able to pay me back. And at the same point, Mo runs a business, so he's got to think of money.
True.
Even though he says, but we're still friends.
Not much of a friend, though, is it?
But also in this little bit, it also marks the debut of Bart's first prank call, even though Mo is still stupid with it. When Homer says, you'll catch him, he's like...
He keeps changing his name.
Yeah, he's getting smart, he keeps changing his name. It's like, yeah, he clearly doesn't understand how a prank phone call works. But then... Later on when he gets home, he's in bed with Marge, and this is where he expresses his concern that he doesn't feel like he'll get another job.
Marge goes, she can go back to her old job.
Skating burgers or burger skating, whatever you want to call it. But clearly she's been out of the game too long. Even though she thinks in her mind, it never leaves you. It's like she's clearly not at the standard that should be at, basically. But yeah, this just leads Homer to the usual state. You've lost your job, so you just
sitting whining on the couch, where Bart does take advantage, where he says to Lisa, take advantage of him, signs his report card.
Even though he's got U's on there and just basically shocking results. But at the same point, who wouldn't do something like that?
I know, yeah.
It's better than forging the signature yourself.
Exactly. And the first mention of Duff beer, because when Homer's watching an advert on TV... It's his first infatuation with Duff. Yeah, he was drinking, in the previous episodes, but
at the same point, it's the first time Duff's been mentioned, but is it the first time that he's heard about it? Has he been drinking it previously, or is this the commercial?
We don't know what he was drinking previously, do we? So.
Yeah, it could have been Duff, it could just have been some generic one. Maybe it was Doof.
Yeah.
But yeah, once he sees this, he decides, beer.
He goes into Bart's room, gets his piggy bank,
smashes it open,
looks for money.
Then he realises at first, he's like, not enough, not even, what am I doing, smashing my kid's piggy bank, not even enough money for a beer. It's like, I better check, nope, not even enough for one, not even close to having one.
I think that was the final straw when he writes that suicide note.
Yeah, and then it's like, he obviously doesn't have very supportive neighbours. Mrs. Glick, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Although her first appearance as well.
Yeah.
the husband, but I don't think we see a husband again.
I don't think so.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, looks like he's gonna off himself. To the husband,
Just
like, makes a joke and it's like, oh yeah, maybe he's taking his boulder for a walk. But then Bart and Lisa wake Marge up, basically say they've been burgled, and
Bart's piggy bank,
and that Homer's gone, but they don't put two and two together that maybe it was the same instant.
I know exactly.
But yeah,
and somehow they find out where actually Homer is.
Yeah,
as well.
I'm assuming he didn't leave where he was gonna do, but at the same point with this, it is a subject that makes me think that this episode won't really get shown
because of the suicide.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Although it seems to be talked about a lot more than it used to, I still feel it'd be one that's like, yeah, we probably
controversial, basically.
Yeah, but on just as he gets to the bridge, he nearly gets run over.
And you go, it should be a stop sign here.
No, he nearly gets run over, but he makes out like.
Oh yeah, the boulder, yeah, because it doesn't. It's like
no, it's more the case of he nearly gets run over himself, but it's like. He has a go at the driver, even though it's like, well, you're going to the bridge to jump off it with a boulder, so if you get run over, same.
Well, exactly, when you just get hit by the car.
But then when the family find him, they nearly get run over until he finds the strength to run across a road with a boulder attached to him.
How he did that is another thing.
Yep. But then this is the moment that dawns on him of like, this is my calling, need a stop sign here sort of thing. But at the same point, he only wants to put a stop sign there, don't really want anything else.
And the boulder just stops anyway.
Yeah. But once he gets to the town meeting, he tries to go off on a long speech of why he wants the stop sign, but they're just like, just get to the point. He just mentions, yeah, I want a stop sign here.
And they approve it straight away.
They approve it straight away. And at the same point,
would that actually happen? You'd have to go through a lot of
in the world
processes.
of democracy, it's like you'd have to tick so many boxes.
Yeah, exactly.
And nowadays, you'd probably have to fill out about 300 forms.
Oh yeah, you would, yeah.
And then once that's been approved, he's like, well, I'm not going to stop there. I'm just going to get every sign, even though it gets to the point where it's just like it's getting ridiculous, and you just cut to the park where there's like 2 dozen signs all in like a 5 square area sort of thing. It's just like, yep, gone over the top.
But then he goes, no, the real problem is the nuclear power plant, where Marge goes, what, against your old boss? Go against your old boss. So basically, he protests outside the power plant.
Where he suddenly got a lot of supporters, but I assume they just came on board once he became this supervising great force. But yeah, then you have Mr. Burns and Smithers in the office, and even at this point, it's put across that Burns doesn't know who he is. He asks Smithers, and Smithers explains that they fired him. So Mr. Burns instantly goes on to the hunch that, he's only doing this so he can blackmail him into getting his job back.
So he wants to talk to Homer, so he sends Smithers to go and get him.
And then in the office, Mr. Burns offers him the job of safety inspector, the job he now has.
Even though he caused a lot of meltdowns, he even said that himself. He cost himself the job.
Yeah, and then also mentions, there's other ones that you don't even know about.
Would you have him as your safety technician?
Yeah, and at the same point, he just doesn't, even though he's going on this safety campaign, he doubts himself at this point now that he can be a good fit for the job, even though...
To be honest, though, I doubt him, because he's not exactly a good worker, is he?
Yeah, but at the same point, yeah, he eventually agrees to take the job. We say no him for it. It's the job that he sort of goes to sometimes when he's not doing other work.
The only person who can keep a job who has so many meltdowns.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, but at the same point, he then finishes off by going out to the crowd and explaining how he's going back to the plant as safety inspector. Now, at the end there, some of the crowd would probably be okay with it, but you probably expect some of them to be a bit...
You would?
Nerfed. It's like you've been campaigning, you want to shut the plant down, and then it's like...
He works for his old boss again, gets his job back.
So, yeah. But then the episode ends with him slipping on the balcony outside Mr. Burns' office,
onto all the
falling
crowd.
from a great height, yet miraculously he gets caught and survives. So yeah, that will do it for this episode.
So thank you for watching this video.
Comments and
subscribe.
likes, and just stay tuned for the next review.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Goodbye.